Okay, continuation of the Q&A from Beyond for wands. Wands have a lot of stuff going on with them. Being like the smallest of the magical implements that wizards and magical beings typically use as their weapon of choice. But it's so much more than a weapon. It's more of a tool than anything. So I drew a little thing here for this. As you can see, wands typically all of them typically have a variety of different uses here, or things that go into them. Typically, you're going to have the grip, which can be made out of a lot of different things. Typically, it's going to be scale or some kind of maybe mermaid scale or something like that. You can get all kinds of stuff to be that, but this is typically a personal preference. Doesn't really have the magic that goes into it. The magic that's in a wand is typically going to be found within the chamber of the tip and or shaft, whatever you want to call that. But the shaft itself can be made out of like legendary, different kinds of like iron barks or kind of magically imbued or enchanted woods of different kinds. Now they don't necessarily have to be, quote unquote wood. It could be made out of like bone or even like a type of dwarven metal. Dwarves sometimes have they don't really they're kind of magic resistant. Sometimes they don't even use magic for the most part. So wands come in a lot of different things, and within the chamber, that's where a magical essence will reside, which kind of gives the wand itself its life on how it chooses its owner. If you collected all the stuff to build your own wand, typically you won't have any issue with the wand coming back on you and like terrorizing you with your own magic. Typically. But it depends on how you obtain the stuff. If you're just stealing stuff from usually you got to go through like an adventuring style of obtaining your magical items in order to craft a better magical tool. Wands, but I think what they do, they have like a lot of like libraries, hand-me-down wands and whatnot. That's just cheap for everybody else to just get it all and whatnot. I mean, I had a wand once. I broke the crap out of it. I destroyed it. But it is what it is. It's just overuse. I don't want to compare them to like a used car because they're a lot more expensive than like a used car, something like that. So, but if you're crafting your own wand, I don't really recommend the dragon heartstring in the center. I recommend probably phoenix, anything that goes with a phoenix feathers, phoenix bloods, things like that usually help. Maybe even like them frog blood.